Mohammed's up next. He says, hey guys, when syndicating a blog post, where do I add a link? I'm using a tier 1 network, so I often use anchor text to link to a top level page. I remember hearing somewhere that it's best to have the link near the beginning of the post when syndicating. Is this true, or does it matter where I add the link? No, it doesn't matter where you add the link, to be honest. I've never seen any difference between adding it at the beginning or adding it, you know, at the end or somewhere in the middle, as far as like the power of the link. Like personally, I've never seen any difference. The traditional thinking, right, the conventional wisdom has always been that the first link in the text is always the one that's given the most weight by Google. That's been the conventional wisdom. Again, I've never seen firsthand that to be the case. I have followed the traditional wisdom for years, though, guys, which is I always wanted to try to put my, you know, the most important link as towards the top of the content as much as possible. So just so you know, I've followed the traditional wisdom or conventional wisdom as well. However, we recently, last week on our mastermind member, we had the inventor of Quora software, which is an amazing software. It pulls back so much data, it's unfreaking believable. And it scans data on all 100 top results for whatever keyword. And it basically correlates all of the data to their ranking positioning. And there's like the coefficients and all this stuff. It's really geeky mathematical stuff. But the dude, Ted, that developed it, he's a super genius, statistical genius. And he put this thing together and it's awesome. And he's even stated through many of his own analysis that the same thing is true, is that it's not, it's not, there's not more weight given to the first link than there is to another one. But again, that's, you can follow the conventional wisdom if you want or not. It's entirely up to you. I don't really care where the link goes anymore. It doesn't really matter to me. But the best place to add a link really is just where it makes sense, is the way I look at it. So if it's a, you know, if the keyword, what naturally occurs in the article, then use the contextual link, right? Use that keyword as a way to link up to the silo page or whatever page it is that you're linking to on the site, right? Could be another post for that matter. If it's a natural occurrence of the keyword, then that's a great place to link. However, I've mentioned this on various Something Hangouts as well. There's 3 different types of links that I typically try to use within the curated blog, or the blog posts, excuse me, that whenever I'm content marketing for syndication purposes. And that's the traditional contextual link, which is the one most used, the one that's most common, right? And that's just where you link within the content, okay? But then there's also a curated style link. So just like when you curate content, you cite the source that you're curating. So basically you copy a snippet of text from the article, or it could be media of some, it could be, you know, I don't recommend doing images, but it could be video, it could be slideshows, it could be whatever. So you embed that or add that to your post, and then you cite the source. And typically when you cite the source, you're either going to link to like the author name or the title of the post, or a page or whatever, and that's usually going to be the actual anchor text for the link. Well, that's a great opportunity for you to be able to curate your own blog or your own site content into a blog post. There's no rule that says you can't do that. So what I recommend doing is, if you've got, you know, if you're doing a blog post about a particular topic that you have a service for on the site, right? So like a silo, a top level page, it's got its own dedicated page for that particular product or service. And now you're doing a blog post about it. You can actually copy and use a snippet of text from that page that you're linking to, and then use the page title or whatever else to actually as the, like basically the attribution link, right? So that you're citing the source, which is just another page on your blog. That's a great way to add some diversity to your links, guys, your internal links. And then lastly, the third place that I like to use inside the blog post is like a recommended reading or resources box at the bottom of a post. So, and again, I say box, but really it's just, you know, you can say something like recommended reading or related resources or, you know, whatever, anything like that. And then just put a little bullet point list and add anywhere between 3 to 6 URLs of other outbound links. And then obviously you can mix your own internal link into there as well. And so you're just linking out to, again, relevant content. Don't worry about whether it's .gov or you know, org or anything, or, you know, Wikipedia pages. I mean, none of that. That's fine if you want to do that, but I prefer to find relevant content that reinforces the blog post idea or topic. and link to those. And then you can mix your link into one of your internal pages into that little recommended resource area. And again, guys, that just gives you 3 different linking methods from within the blog post to link up to your money sites. And it just adds diversity, especially when you're syndicating. And if you only got a few pages on your site, you don't want to continually hammer those pages with blog posts and keyword anchors. You just don't want to do it. You want to add some diversity. Anybody else want to add comment to that?
I think you nailed it down, Bradley, because I agree with you. That's pretty much what I do. So